Rick's thought for the day, April 22nd, 2020. Here's what I think. I was looking at the pictures of the cities that are now almost smog free. You can see mountains far away. You can see beautiful things in the city that you couldn't see because of the presence and the activity of people. We're talking about reopening the country, reopening the business of the country, reopening the economy. I hope that when we do that, those of us who are paying attention in this time of quiet and calm, this time of sheltering, this time of going without maybe some things, maybe really struggling, or maybe just getting to rest a little bit, and maybe for some of us that's really struggling. When we reopen, I hope we don't go back to business as usual in many, many ways. I worry about lots of things, people that I care about, people who have sickness, people who have corona, people who are in the hospital, people who were in tough situations before this even hit. I worry about the small businesses that are having to close or furlough everybody. I worry about the churches, the small churches like ours and others. But what I hope for is that instead of just a huge infusion of cash and everybody going back to spending and getting as quickly as possible, I went and looked up something, a thread that's in the Jewish and Christian scriptures, and I wanted to read a few passages to you very quickly. You'll get the idea in a hurry. James chapter 1. Religion that is pure and undefiled before God is this, to visit orphans and widows. Isaiah chapter 1. Learn to do what is good. Seek justice. Correct oppression. Bring justice to the fatherless. Plead the widow's case. Exodus 22. God says, you shall not wrong a wanderer or oppress them, for you were wanderers in the land of Egypt. You shall not mistreat any widow or fatherless child. Deuteronomy 27. Cursed be anyone who perverts the justice that is due to the sojourner, the wanderer, the fatherless, and the widow. I'll keep going. As Steve Rogers, a.k.a. Captain America, says, I can do this all day. Psalm 146, the Lord watches over the sojourners. The Lord upholds the widow and the fatherless. James chapter 2, what good is it, my brothers and sisters, if someone says they have faith, but they do nothing with it? If a brother or sister is poorly clothed and lacking in daily food, and one of you says to them, good luck, go in peace, I hope you feel warm and filled, without giving them the things they need, what good is that? Hebrews chapter 13, let brotherly love continue. Do not neglect to show hospitality to strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels without knowing it. Remember those who are in prison, as though you were in prison with them, and those who are mistreated, as if you are mistreated with them. Psalm 82, give justice to the weak and the fatherless, maintain the right of the afflicted and the destitute. Deuteronomy 10, he executes justice for the fatherless and the widow and loves the sojourner, giving them food and clothing. I can do this and do this and do this. The reason I'm bringing this up is because my hope is, my prayer is that all of us will pay attention to what we choose to do with the money that comes when we reopen the country. That we'll think very carefully about how we prioritize what we do with our time and our energy, our money, even if we don't have much money, even if we're scared about money. Sometimes the very best thing you can do if you're scared about money is to give money away. Our faith community believes in the idea that is here in the Bible about doing what is just, doing what is fair, what brings about fairness, and that is the way to be loving and compassionate. So my prayer for us today and my thought for today is, as we are getting back to normal, how about we not get all the way back to normal? How about we pay close attention to what we do for what the scriptures call the widow, the orphan, the fatherless, the sojourner, the homeless, the sick, the prisoner, the person who doesn't get the luxury of sheltering in place. Shalom, salam. Have courage, be kind.